Okay, starting the second period breakdown, checking how many calls were in LA's favor, how many were in OKC's favor, how many weren't called and were in favor of those teams, and how many were correctly called. Here we go. And nothing like starting off with a moving screen by LeBron, finished with an elbow. And that's uncalled in LA's favor. That's a tough one. I hate charge calls. They're always a little bit hard to say, but that was called in LA's favor. Maybe you agree with the call. Maybe you don't. Like I said, they aren't very consistent with those, but what you can't say is that they called it in Oklahoma's favor. LeBron's really got a thing for shoving people in the back, and this goes uncalled in LA's favor. And then he knocks someone to the ground. He does that sneaky little forearm shove. Uncalled in LA's favor. At the other end, LeBron is blocked clean by Chet, but they bail LeBron out. Look at that. My goodness. That is a bailout. And that's a bailout in LA's favor. LeBron gets free throws instead of a turnover. It also protects his shooting percentage, since a blocked shot would have shown up as a missed shot in the box score. Instead, this doesn't show up in the box score at all. But he does get to add points through free throws that he doesn't deserve. That bad call was massively in LA's favor. And here we see LeBron James putting Hartenstein into an armbar under the rim. That allows the Lakers to get a rebound. That is a no call in LA's favor. LeBron runs over Caruso. Then he starts complaining about it. We got to talk about this one. Do you guys remember in LA a couple of years ago when the LA announcers were trying to talk about freedom of movement, which is a totally made up thing? You do not get to go straight through someone just because you don't feel like going around. Caruso may have sold it a little bit. Hey, in the future, LeBron, pay attention to where you're going. That's called in OKC's favor, but you know what's called in LA's favor? A no tech that should have been called. Let's look at it from another angle. Yeah, I mean, LeBron's just blindly running around out there and expects everyone else to get out of his way. Doesn't seem fair to me. I didn't like this call at first. I was going to go with people who said this was bad. But now, this call that was indeed in OKC's favor, when I play it back, you can see the obvious body impact met in the air. I mean, that affects a call, doesn't it? LeBron gets that call. LeBron is still complaining, by the way, about the previous call. He doesn't care about anyone else. He's still complaining about the call that he didn't like. And the refs just sit there and take it. They just take the berating and they don't ever assess a technical to him. Another little shove or attempt at a shove. He's always doing some sort of extracurricular activity and getting away with it. Oh, LeBron. Not even close to being a legal screen. Where's the love for Hachimura and Smart? There's old Mr. Body Language already getting upset. Why does Marcus Smart think he can swing his arm out like that? I'm not letting anyone do that to me. No, thank you. Okay, so Ayton is really getting out of control with his moving screens. He's doing the splits on most of them, which is basically tripping in both directions. Where's the praise for the Lakers with these shots? LeBron KOs somebody. JJ Redick said that LeBron was getting clobbered. There's a ref, and the other ref has a perfect view of it from the other angle. He is sending people to the ground with his moving screens, and that did not look like acting. Kennard with an important shot. Any love for Kennard? All right. The refs double down on this one. First, you got the illegal screen, and then they bail Reeves out because he did not get fouled. Okay, let's see another angle. There you see Ayton leaning in. He's like bending over trying to set that screen. And then you see the clean strip here. That is clean. Reeves gets the whistle. being called for a foul instead of Reeves getting a turnover. He gets to shoot free throws. Yeah, that's in LA's favor. Hachimura gets called for what LeBron gets away with. I understand why he's confused. That doesn't make it legal. Don't shove me into someone else. And I'm starting to think that's a strategy by LA. Okay, that's not that bad, but they don't call it. Jackson Hayes is walking the entire time. So, from that perspective, it is that bad. Just nobody got hurt, so I'm not that upset. But, geez, these moving screens are out of control. The league MVP gets called for something that Austin Reeves got bailed out for just a moment ago. Reeves feels disrespected? Come on. Look at Marcus Smart drive and kick out. Look at the chemistry without LeBron. The Lakers have tied with LeBron on the bench. Now Reeves does the same thing with Hachimura. Lakers take the lead with LeBron on the bench. Shea. That's a tough one, but there is contact there. That's already the foul right there. And then I can't tell if Jackson Hayes fouls him in the air. They called that one in favor of OKC. Wow, Laker fans, you got one. One, I had to admit. And guess what? LeBron James is back in, and the Lakers have already lost the lead. It sure is nice of JJ to call these inbound plays that make LeBron's stats look good. It's another uncontested dunk in the long run, but what we really need to look at is Hachimura dancing back and forth trying to set moving screens. Uncalled, of course. At the other end, Austin Reeves is shoving people in the back. It's the same thing that Hachimura got called for, but they don't call it on Reeves. And I'm starting to think, because the Lakers do this so often, that they are actually trying to push the defender into one of their own guys, trying to get a foul called after the impact. That's dirty, and that's going to get someone hurt. And just wouldn't be right without LeBron James ending the period with another moving screen. Admittedly, that's nothing compared to what he usually does, so strike that one from the record. Okay, what do you think after looking at the second period? Was this rigged in OKC's favor? I apologize that you're only seeing the second period breakdown. YouTube is copywriting and blocking just about everything I'm doing. You can go and look at these videos on Patreon. In the meantime, I will try to get versions that aren't blocked out to you.